talk about this a little bit here. Let's see. We're live. How about that? Kalosas Vrikame. Hey, thank you for joining us on a really wonderful episode of Cooking with Greek People today, because we have a flurry of guests, and we may have some technical difficulties with some of them because we have so many. But
what's new?
What's new? We get this. This is a live show. This is what happens on a live show. So let's start off with what's happening. You know, we did a show last week, kind of discussing kind of the uniqueness of Thessaloniki, and that was really cool. And now we're going to start discussing the uniqueness of another part, another part of Greece, which is preparing a festival. And so this is it's Kefalovryso, which is part of the Argolis area in the Peloponnese in Greece. And so we're fortunate to have a wonderful group of guests with us today, and to help us discover the village of Kefalovryso. So to help us navigate the upcoming festival that they're organizing, we have on our show one of the founding members of the nonprofit Organization Hellenic Paths, Stavroula Tsirikou, and we also have with us Eleni Koulizaki. And I should do this better because my last name's Stavroulaki, so I should be better at that. But I'm going to do the best I can right now. And so we're going to bring on both of our guests. I think here. Let's do this. Here we go. Stavroula, can you hear us? No, we don't have a Stavroula, so I'm going to remove it from the stream. But we do have Eleni. Hi, Eleni. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Yeah, so we're really happy to have you on the show with us today. It's a remarkable thing you guys are doing. You know, you're throwing on a festival in this beautiful village, and the organization around it is just incredible. So, let me get rid of that. Sorry about that. You know, we have a little video of the village, and I thought it'd be kind of cool for us to kind of stream a little bit of it, and maybe you could tell us about it as we stream. And I'm going to put that on mute there, and so I've been to this village, by the way, Eleni. It's just absolutely gorgeous up there.
Yes, it's very beautiful, but I've never been there.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
It's going to be my first time there. I'm going to sing, dance, act, but it's going to be the first time.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And I'm looking forward to it because, as you can see through the video, it's beautiful. The river, the woods, the mountains. It's so beautiful. I'm counting days so I can be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, let's see if we can bring Stavroula on. Let's see. Stavroula, are you still on mute? Can you hear us? You're still on mute, Stavroula. Can you hear us? I don't think she can. I'm going to take her off until she figures this out. Yeah, it's a beautiful village. I had lunch underneath that tree.
Wow.
Yeah, which is just remarkable. And got to tour it. Stavroula and Panos were just wonderful. And there's a couple of things that I always found interesting is that this area has been used for healing purposes throughout antiquity. And there's a river, and I guess if I do this right, if I say this right, the river, the reason it's called the, and I get the name right here.
INAXOS?
Yes. INAXOS is because that is the name of the river that feeds into this village. And but there are healing springs, and you can see them behind here. And these healing springs have been used throughout antiquity. So it's just kind of beautiful to have them there. And I think anybody who gets a chance to go to this is just going to have a wonderful experience. I'm going to just jump right. Let's see if we got Stavroula, because she's an organizer of this. Stavroula, can you hear us? Stavroula, can you put a thumbs up if you can hear us? She's frozen. Right. Stavroula, can you hear us? Still nothing. She's going to try again. We have Hepheastion on the stream as well. So let's bring him on and say hello to him as well. Hello, Hephaestion.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Here in Athens, we're waiting the sun. Tomorrow, the good weather to go out.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. So we're talking about the village and about the festival that's going to go on there. You know, festivals in the United States are pretty common. This is how kind of churches and our communities here fund themselves, is through that. And so I know Panagidi are common in Greece, but I don't know how common festivals are. Let's see if we can get Stavroula on. Stavroula, can you hear us?
I can see you. I can hear you. I think I found a way.
Oh, perfect. That's wonderful.
For some reason, technical reason, so I got my phone and here I am. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It turned out great. Stavroula, let's start with you because I have some questions with you, and then maybe you can we can kind of go through the other guests that we have on the show. But I love the concept here of what you've done, because I really haven't heard much in the way of Greeks in Greece utilizing the festival as fundraisers to preserve these villages that are just being depopulated. So can you tell us how you kind of came up with this and your thoughts behind it?
Yeah, actually, you had also the opportunity to come and visit us, so you can understand the beauty of this place. Let's say that we have a vision to give life to abandoned Greek villages, to small hidden paradises that we all love to visit during our vacation, that we all love to sit under a plane tree, to hear the river, the flowing water, to drink from spring waters, to enjoy a tasty food, all these things that we all love. So it's a pity to realize that all these small villages they abandoned. The young people, they go to cities, and slowly we see these images that only 24 residents now in this village, and probably in a few years from now it's gonna be ghost village. So 3 years ago we started this non-profit organization called Hellenic Paths. With the help of some local people and another organization, we opened some paths. We opened a small restaurant in the central of square, offering only local products from shepherds, like cheeses, like several crops and vegetables. And now it's time, after 2 years of COVID break, to take our lives back and to starting organizing other interesting things like this festival. So I was lucky to meet in person Eleni, Hephaestion, and the other people of the team that they will take part in this festival. And I'm so excited that I can't believe that right now we're here to announce it officially. So yeah, that's the vision, that's the project, and with your help we can make it happen. I don't know if you want to ask me something more.
Yes. So we have the dates of the festival down at the bottom. and they're also in our links, and we're going to provide ways for people in the so those of you that are watching the United States, Canada, and Australia, there's going to be some great ways for you guys to come in and participate. One is, and I think the best way is for you guys to go to Greece, and on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of July, go to the festival. And we have contact information for Stavroula in our descriptions here, where you can contact her directly, and she'll help you arrange accommodation. She'll help you arrange all the things that you need. But if you can't make it there and participate directly, you can also use PayPal and Patreon to help Hellenic Paths stay on their mission to help these villages kind of retain their character and not let them disappear into ruin. I can tell you from experience, my father's village is just a bunch of stones. It's just a little place on a map. It's just a little sign that in another 10 years will have faded, and its memory will probably fade as well. So it's real important that we all participate and help and trying to keep these villages alive.
Let's say that this is the beginning. This is we want to be this village like an example for the next ones that will come up. But step by step, as I said, with your help, we can make it happen. And we're going to announce step by step all the details, day by day, hour by hour, what is going to happen. And also the artists today, like Eleni and Hepheastion, will speak more about what they're going to do in this festival, about the theatrical and musical performances.
Well, let's go over to, I'm just going to remove this for a moment. Let's go over to kind of Eleni for a moment. And maybe, Eleni, you can tell us about your participation in the festival and the things that people can expect when they come to visit.
Well, we have prepared a show for you. It's philosophy, Plato's philosophy, through acting, dancing, and singing. And so we are going to dance, sing, and play in order to make Plato's philosophy simple for everyone, like ancient Greek tragedy theater, where you can feel philosophy and it moves your soul. It can touch your soul. Our opinion, my team and I, we believe that if this is not something that you can achieve, then you achieve nothing, because philosophy is not like writing on a board and saying by heart some lines. No, philosophy is alive. You have to dance it, you have to act it, you have to feel it in your soul. So we're going to pass it through the arts.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I noticed on is this, and maybe you can tell me, I noticed on the page, on the festival page, was that your performance on the cover of the festival page?
Yeah, he speaks about the white dresses with the four beautiful women.
It was your performance on the page. I'm going to bring it up here in just a second. Let me.
I like that because I'm reading, because the four of us, me and my dancers, we are the four holy, sacred. I can't say other word. It's the Greek word mania. Mania is not lunatic. It's not madness. Mania is something sacred when you come out of yourself and you become one with everything.
It's like ecstasy. Ecstasy of the soul. Okay.
Right.
That's
wow.
way to describe it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it. I mean, this is beautiful what you're doing, and it's kind of interesting because here in the United States, when we have a festival, we kind of lean into like the fustaneles. We lean into dances from Crete. We lean into from Thraki. In fact, today there's a big Greek dance festival with thousands of kids in Arizona, Greek American kids, and their competitions, and they take their competitions very seriously here, and but it's kind of interesting, since this is something that you get in school, since it's kind of common to you. I think this is so much more unusual and so much more interesting because it isn't something that we normally see.
Bob, next year invite us, and we will come to your Greek festival as well with great pleasure.
I would love, we had costumes made from Crete a couple of years ago. So the costume makers in Crete actually came to the festival, to the Greek folk dance festival, and there had to be 5,000 Greek American kids at the Disneyland Convention Center competing.
Nice, very nice.
And there was probably another 20,000 parents there, and it just was so interesting to see them.
So we'll see you there.
Yeah, so we'll see you there. That's even more interesting because you get to go to Disneyland afterwards. Too.
Yep.
We never say never, but first you have to come in our festival, and then it's our turn to come to your festival.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Let's. Anything else you want to add, Eleni, before we move on to Hephaestion?
This is what we do, and also there is a great painter, Maro Kyriaki. She's drawing paintings which have to do about Greek mythology. So we are going to explain what the myths are going to want to tell us through her paintings. So this is the second step, where we're going to explain mythology and philosophy through art.
Very cool.
That's wonderful, and again, this is something we don't get here. We kind of stop in the Middle Ages almost. We stop at around 1820. That's as far as we get. So I'm very interested to see and see what you have to present, because it's so different than what we do. So I'm excited. I'm excited about this. So we plan on doing a live stream with you guys from the village, or at least make sure we always share the pictures and everything that's happening. And again, I'm going to just say this again because it's so important. If you are in, let me get my mouse straight here. Okay, my mouse isn't cooperating very well. But I want to put up a banner of, so if you want to help, Hellenic Paths is on PayPal and it is on Patreon, and you can see it here. So make sure you jump in and help out if you can. Let's say hello to Hephaestion, and let's see here. Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, though, because this is really interesting.
I'm a composer and also an actor, and at a Hellenic theater, Greek ancient theater actor. I'm composing ancient Greek lyrics with traditional music. Like someone can dance with traditional dancings from Crete, Epirus, everywhere in Greece, and lyrics from Homer, from Hesiod, ancient Greek. It's something that it's for the first time. Sorry, forgive me for my English, okay?
No. We'd love it. Thank you.
It's for the first time that someone composes lyrics on ancient lyrics with music. Many composers tried to compose music for lyrics, for ancient Greek lyrics, only one song or two. That's it. I try to make whole stories by music, not one song or two. So I have put music on Homeric Hymn to Demeter. The Homeric Hymn to Demeter is the abduction of Persephone's from Hades, from god of underworld, and we make like something like opera with traditional songs with ancient Greek lyrics. The music that we dance is traditional Greek music. This is the idea. We believe to make ancient Greek alive again. It's a way to learn someone ancient Greek lyrics, to sing songs from ancient Greek, and with this way he can learn. We believe that we are to a path that it's difficult, but we take fruits, we take grapes, we take many things that we learn also.
No, that's wonderful, and you'll just having you participate in the festival and having this kind of you get so many parts of this world. One of the things I really loved, and we'll add Eleni and Stavroula back to stream, is one of the things I love is that you're really incorporating, Stavroula, things from a more traditional Greece and an ancient Greece.
Yeah, I think, Bob, sorry to interrupt you, but I think this concept of what we are organizing, it's something very rare. I think even for Greeks, it's very unusual, this kind of festival, the combination of ancient Greek with a traditional music. So to combine mythology with Greek language and with the music, with the gastronomy, in a beautiful environment, in a very historical place. All this combination, it's a magical. I can't wait to experience it, to share it. And as I said, for me, especially, it's a bet to be a very successful and prototype festival. Because next year or another year, it may be bigger and bigger, or we may be asked to organize it in some other place. With Hephaestion is from an island, Limnos, if I'm not mistaken. So one of the projects is future projects to organize it also in Limnos Island, promoting the traditional music of Limnos, gastronomy. But the concept, it will remain the same. Tradition married with ancient Greece, to the moment, to the present.
Well, look, I love the fact that the festival is taking place at a place that people have been gathering at for probably 4,000 years because of the springs that are there. So you have Eleni representing that. Then you have Hephaestion representing the more classical Greece, or like more of what we would expect from Greece.
Yeah, allow me.
With a twist, yes, but with a twist.
So cool.
So I think that is just an incredible offering that you put together.
Yeah, putting the lyrics on top of the songs that you dance to. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Allow me to mention that according to mythology, the parents of INAXOS was Ocean and Tethys, and before them, it was Earth and Sky. So we speak about the genesis of the world, according Hesiod, the great historian.
Right.
So from the genealogy and from the family tree, we understand that we speak for a very ancient place. And in addition, archaeologists inside of the cave, they have found ruins of a temple of soul purification dedicated especially to men. So all this is symbolic. We're gonna analyze it through games and through the useful information of Eleni as well. Yeah, it's very interesting, very, I don't know how to describe this. Even for us, for Greeks, when we discover that we go so back, as you said, we even don't know how many thousands of years we go back. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool being. I was there in the summer. Last summer, I was at the village, and it was so cool being able to put my feet in that water, the same water that in the same springs that people have been going to for medicinal purposes for thousands of years.
Yeah, we speak one of the four elements. Water, always it was in the ceremonies of purification or in the mysteries. So it's very important place.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. And one of the things I love about, these are some of my favorite stories, like Hephaestion being from Limnos. That's my that was the first stop for Jason, as before he finding that the women had killed all their husbands and trying to lure Jason there. That's like one of my favorite stories of antiquity.
The second festival will take place there.
Yeah, that's great. That's phenomenal. Well, I think you're onto something here. I think, there's an entire diaspora out there of Greeks that, look for ways to help these villages survive, because, many of them can trace, maybe their grandparents to the surrounding areas. Maybe not that village, but definitely the surrounding areas. And now with things like Patreon and PayPal, and I'll put Patreon out there one more time and PayPal one more time so you guys can see it, is that you can go to PayPal and Patreon and go to Hellenic Paths and really help keep these villages alive. And, I don't know if many people know, we didn't really talk about this, but the water wheels at those villages, I just think are just incredible. So
yeah, I mentioned in the promo video that I sent you, imagine that until the decades of 60s, in this village, there were about 7 water mills that they used to produce flour. And people, they used to survive, economically from that. But afterwards, when people, they decided to move in the cities for a better life, all those abandoned, and they never renovated. So most of them, it's almost collapsed. Only 2 of them they are in a very well condition. So that means that we may restore 1 or 2 of them and try to reproduce flour. Imagine with this incredible water to make bread or to make donuts with honey, loukoumades, if you know loukoumades. So yeah, it's one of the next projects as well, to renovate one of the water mills.
That's one of the things is that really kind of fascinates me, is how do we is that technology, and how do we get that technology back? How do we get those water wheels working again, and show people how their ancestors grilled flour or refined flour. And,
with the power of water, and the stone mills, with a very simple construction, not a mechanical, but they used very simple things. Nowadays, you can find these constructions only in museums or in abandoned places like this.
I saw that you did something with the water wheels here, I think, in...
It's a little bit at the end, I think, after the houses. If you go a little bit forward, you will find the water mill.
Yeah, because taking a tour of the water wheels kind of really impressed me, and I thought, And we have this video on YouTube, and we'll link it to Facebook as well. And I'd love for people to take a look at this, because it seeing I remember seeing the water wheels. Maybe it was before the house, way before the houses, because it's like, this is the spring, and one of the things I was just fascinated by the spring as well. I just thought was just so beautiful that you could still experience something that people have been experiencing there since antiquity. You could touch it and you could feel it. It really kind of could resonate with you. Exactly. And which I just found wonderful. So I was very, very happy and pleased to see what was happening there. Hey, we have a few people that have been watching these episodes. Hey, please comment if you're watching and let us know that, because commenting when you're watching really helps, and the algorithm and sends it off to get the word out that this festival is happening. And if you're from Nafplio, or if you're from Argolis, you are
Argolis.
I'm sorry, Argolis.
Yeah, that's Argolis. Okay.
This is your home. This is the sort of thing that, if your family's from there and you're living abroad, this is the sort of thing that, if you can't contribute, comment. Let's help the word get out, and we'll be running ads to help the word get out. But there's these majestic rivers and water wheels that people have been using, and here we go. I think they're in disrepair now, but restoring these and letting people see how they work and creating. And one of the things I love about what you do, Stavroula, is you create like almost ecological tourism. You're creating
slow tourism, slow food, slow life, sustainability. That's our pillars, let's say, that we are working. And this is the only way if we want to support, local communities and local economies. And after COVID, I think now it's more necessary than ever to start over with the new ways of economies and tourism. Small societies, as I said, I repeat, slow food, slow life, sustainability. They're the only ways to have a healthy life and a healthy income, we may say.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the thing, is that these villages, parishes, churches here in the United States are not subsidized by the government. The only way these churches live is by the people who go to them, the members of the church. So it's the money that they bring in. It's the festivals is really what generates awareness that the church in this community exists. And there are people that are Greek that sometimes forget that, oh, wait, this is part of my culture. And so when our churches are like your village, it's like we use this as fundraisers to help sustain the communities, to provide Greek dance and Greek schools and Greek Orthodoxy and all of that. But from your perspective, you need, although the things that we fight for, you take for granted, but the things that we take for granted, you have to fight for.
Exactly.
Because you have to fight for your village.
That's why we are here to remind this.
Yeah, and I think it's a really unique proposition that you have for people. And thank you for putting this on, and I hope everybody who's in the community and the surrounding areas can drive up there, and everybody. And before I forget, tell us about how people can get to the village, because you're going to have buses, I think, as well, right?
How they can come to the village?
Because like people that live in the area, and they.
It's very easy. First of all, I can upload in our website, grecopaths.org. There is a Google map that they can find exactly, but it belongs to the Argolis prefecture. is only 1.5 hours away from Athens. And it's, let's say, the national road that connects Athens to Kalamata with an exit called Neochori Kapareli. You turn in this exit, and 5 minutes from the national road, I repeat, that connects Athens to Kalamata, you're in the village. It's a very good road, asphalt road, with a little bit of turns at the end, but it's in very well condition. So it's very easily accessible.
And for people that live in Nafplion, I think you had mentioned you're going to be providing buses for them to be able to head up to the
Yes, we're going to have also buses twice a day that they will transfer for free people for this festival. It's 40 minutes away, 40 minutes drive. Oh,
that's fantastic. Mm-hmm. Well, hey, I can't thank you all enough for being on the show. Hephaestion, before we let you go, is there anything else you want to add, or?
Next time we will play something.
Greetings from Athens, and I will.
Oops.
Okay. We lost you.
Sorry.
We lost you for a minute. Got you.
Θα σας περιμένουμε στην Αθήνα. Πες το, Σταυρούλα.
Ναι, yes,
we're waiting you in Athens too.
Yes, I love Athens. We go there all the time. So.
No, I said to Hephaestion, την επόμενη φορά θα μας παίξεις κάτι. Next time he's gonna play something, an instrument.
That's wonderful. We love music. So thank you. And we have, we're gonna bring, let's add Eleni to the stream and let her say, how come, I think
we are going to be in touch, and we are going to organize a second show to say your progress and other interesting news, like cooking. We may have a cooking or something else.
Yeah, we plan on doing several shows, by the way, leading up to it. I think we'll probably do at least 4 leading up to the festival. And we can't thank you guys enough for, I think Eleni is frozen.
We thank you for this
Eleni,
opportunity.
I'm sorry if you're frozen, but we thank you. And I'm just gonna put Stavroula here just for a second. And Stavroula, just want to thank you especially for all the work.
I thank you so much. I appreciate all your efforts.
Oh, it's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. Well, look, we wish you much success. We're going to do what we can to help you on our end, and we're going to get the word out and make sure, and I'm going to run the banner one more time here for PayPal. Make sure if you have PayPal, Hellenic Paths, and you can go to, and Patreon Hellenic Paths, and you can go to their Facebook page is on it's on our links. And you can go directly to that comment page, and you can click on Hellenic Paths and contribute the best way you know how. But if you can make it there, that's great. Oh, here's Eleni. I wanted Eleni to say a couple of words. Eleni, hey, just wanted to thank you too for coming on the show. We appreciate it very much. And if you had any final words before we say goodbye, now's your chance.
Yes. It was an honor to be here. Thank you. And I wanted to say that in the show about the Plato's philosophy, we're going to speak about etymology as well. Greek words that are behind English words. As we know,
we lost you, Eleni.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yeah.
In the show, Plato's philosophy, it begins like mini, mania. Mini is the moon. We used to say the moon mini in ancient Greek.
Oh, interesting.
And moon come from.
I'm sorry, Eleni, we've lost you, but we thank you so much for joining us. And Stavroula, we thank you for joining us as well.
I thank you so much.
And tell Eleni we look forward to seeing her again on another episode, and maybe we get a better signal. But for everybody watching, please contribute and help this festival be a success, and help these villages survive. It's very important that we help them survive. And we thank Hephaestion, we thank Eleni, we thank you all for being on the show. And Stavroula, we'll see you soon. Okay? All right.
Thank you
bye,
so much.
everybody. Bye, everyone. And we'll just
Bye.
stay here for a second. Hey, and to all of you that have been watching and participating in this, make sure you help us keep these villages going. And if you have to be in the area of Nafplion, which is probably the biggest town around that, they'll have bus service up to the village of Kefalovryso. And I think you guys are going to have a great time. I've been to the village. It's a beautiful village, and you'll get to meet Stavroula and Panos and all the people there that are helping make this festival success. And we're going to next week, we're going to be continuing on this messaging, but we're going to have a chef with us, and it'll be a lot of fun, and we hope you guys stick around and participate. So
Yes,
yes.